Hello friends, how are you? Breaking news today's. Jonathan Jackson said one main reason he returned to G8 was to reunite with his TV mom, Genie Francis. When will it happen on screen? Keep reading for all the details on the long-awaited reunion. Fans angry Genie Francis off-screen during Lucky's return. Jonathan Jackson returned to General Hospital last month after nearly a decade. He originated the legacy character of Lucky Spencer in 1993. Other actors have played the role in the last 30 years, but he's the one that resonates the most with fans. But the highly promoted and anticipated return has fallen flat for fans. Why? Lucky's mother, Laura, has been off-screen for the entire month Lucky's been back. She went overseas to find him, but it all happened off-screen. Instead, viewers watched Carly beg Jason to go to Africa to find Lucky. He teamed up with Anna. After an explosive rescue operation, Lucky finally returned home to Port Charles. But Laura still isn't back from overseas. Fans took to Twitter to express their frustration with the matriarch's absence. We don't get to see Laura at all, searching for her son, while Carly gets to be front and center in Lulu's SL. A cousin she's barely had anything to do with in years, but now she's leading the charge to find Lucky. Frank is delusional if he thinks anyone is buying this crap. Every Carly Lulu scene should be Laura or even Liz. Carly was not that close to Lulu. Stop #G8 forcing her into stories. I fast-forwarded. It was annoying. Making Lucky's return to PC happen during Genie's vacation was a spectacularly bad idea. Without her, it's flat. I agree with you. This storyline is not working without Genie. She sets the table for the emotions to flow. Laura is needed for this story to be told properly. Jonathan said he agreed to return for the chance to work with Genie again, and the man's been back a month, but Genie's nowhere in sight. Jonathan Jackson told TV Insider that working with his TV mom again was a major factor in returning to his old stomping grounds. Working with Genie Francis was a big personal incentive to come back, because when I was there in 2010, 2011, Genie wasn't on the show. I always kind of felt like I missed out on working with her as an adult, so I'm very excited about that, obviously. Genie Francis and Jonathan Jackson GH reunion date revealed. Fans won't have to wait much longer for the mother and son reunion. According to Soap Opera Digest, Genie Francis returns to the screen on Wednesday, October 9. Don't miss it. Check your local listings to find out what time GH airs in your area, or watch the reunion the next day on Hulu. New update today. General Hospital, GH. Spoilers reveal that a new sneak peek video offers a glimpse at a highly anticipated reunion. It's been quite some time since Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, has been a real part of Aiden Weber's, Colin Cassidy, life, but that's something they'd both like to change. It won't be easy after so many years apart without much contact, but Aiden and Lucky have to start somewhere. In the October 7 episode, Lucky will get off the GH elevator and realize Aiden is standing right in front of him. After Lucky calls Aiden's name and gets him to turn around, there'll be some awkwardness as he apologizes for not being in touch. Aiden will acknowledge that Lucky's been busy, but Lucky will admit that's no excuse. Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, will notice the uncomfortable encounter happening nearby and come to the rescue. After Liz gently points out that the hospital hub isn't the right place for a reunion, she'll steer the father-son duo to a break room instead. As Elizabeth leads them off for some privacy, Aiden looks excited and hopeful in the sneak peek clip. Lucky, on the other hand, looks downright terrified that he's going to screw this up and scar Aiden for life. It's clear that Lucky is feeling pretty out of his element now that he's back and trying to do the whole dad thing. This isn't something Lucky's used to, but he'll do his best to reconnect with Aiden and convey how sorry he is. Aiden has mixed feelings about his father, since he pretty much always has to be the one to reach out to Lucky. It's left Aiden feeling like an afterthought and has made it difficult for them to build an actual relationship. That's why Lucky will deliver a formal apology and confess that he's been running away from his parental responsibilities for far too long. Lucky told Liz that he wouldn't make any promises he couldn't keep, so he probably won't vow to stick around unless he absolutely means it. However, Lucky may assure Aiden that he wants to make an effort and that he'd like to try being a real dad to him if Aiden will allow it. Despite Aiden's problems with Lucky, he's craving his father's attention deep down. Aiden may be a self-proclaimed mama's boy, but he should be open to letting Lucky in the picture and consider this good news. General Hospital spoilers say Lucky and Aiden will have some struggles to navigate, but our predictions hint that Liz will guide them and hope for some positive relationship updates. CDO will have other hot General Hospital spoilers, predictions, updates and news to check out, so drop by regularly for more GH info. Since Garth called Hamilton Finn, Michael Easton, a drunk and kept going on about his time in rehab, Violet hit him. Garth retaliated by pouring grape juice all over Violet, so Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, took her upstairs to change. Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, thanked Violet for telling them the truth, but he reminded her that actions can have consequences. Brooklyn was alarmed over a phone call that said the principal needed to see Violet's guardian ASAP. At the gallery, Ava Jerome, Maura West, urged Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, not to look into who might have tampered with Heather Weber's, Ali Mills, results since GH could stall the case with their own attorneys. Rick realized Ava must be protecting someone before he took off. Afterward, Ava paid a visit to Portia Robinson's Brookcare office and called her out on the results tampering that Rick knew about. Portia tried to deny it at first, but Ava was convinced it was Portia and didn't blame her for trying to protect Trina Robinson, Tapiana Ali. Ava made it clear that she'd do anything to protect her own daughter and finally got Portia to admit she was responsible. Since Trina would blame herself if her mother's career tanked, Ava insisted she would help her. With that in mind, Ava wanted Portia to leave this alone and avoid drawing attention to herself. Portia was concerned about Brad Cooper, Parishen, working in the lab now, not to mention Rick could poke around for Heather's sake. Ava felt she could handle Rick and eventually got a phone call about him working to get the case overturned. As for Ava's mystery friend, Rick insisted that person could remain a mystery. Once Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, paid a visit to Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, office, they embraced. Sonny thought Luke Spencer, Anthony Geary, would be proud of Lucky for coming back, but Lucky felt like his dad would have been disappointed that he ever left. After Sonny gave Lucky a pep talk about fathers and sons, Lucky spent some time catching up with Isaiah Gannon, Sawandi Wilson, at the hospital. Next, Trina tried to reschedule Giovanni Dio Palmieri's Giovanni Mazza violin gig at the gallery, but he was no longer interested since Ava pushed Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Muncy, out a window. Trina stomped off and began trying to book another violinist over the phone. Once Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, arrived and realized there was tension, she forced Gio and Trina to make up.